Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tina and I am really excited to be here with you today. So in today's video, I am highlighting one of the products that is on sale on the Creating With You website, and I'll put the link in the description, but today is June the 17th, and we have a week-long sale with products changing every day. And I get to work with this Lucky Cat collection. I've been waiting for this Lucky Cat collection that I'm featuring. I love it. Look, it has all these papers. It's an Asian-inspired paper pack. But there's so many things that you can do with this instead of just traveling to Asia. So I love very highly specific paper packs. It's one of the things that I really thrive with because I know that they don't come along as often. So what I did, as soon as I saw this come out, I started thinking of things I could do with it. I made this short little list to kind of share with you, and there's no way I'm getting 8 separate layouts or 8 different things out of a paper pack. I don't have that, but these are just a few. Izumi's, which I have to do twice. So Izumi's is a restaurant on the Royal Caribbean ship, and I will share some more of that. But eating out or getting boba, 2 things we do. We actually have a fave sushi place. We're going to the Pagoda in Reading this summer. That's on my list. Chinatown, there's 2. There's one in New York and there's one here in Philly. The Cherry Blossom Festival. I still have to scrapbook the Cherry Blossom Festival from over a decade ago. True story. Food Festival. Panda food festivals are all over the country. Crazy. The Bonsai exhibit at Longwood. And then I would love to find a Japanese gardens, but this one I just added in case you're not near Longwood. Maybe there's a Japanese gardens by your way. So you can see that there are so many fun things you can do with this. Now I'm going to highlight a couple things, and one is I did not do the stamp and thin cut with this collection. Oh, I forgot to mic up. Let me go ahead and get my mic on, guys. Yeah, we definitely want the mic on because if I move away from the camera. All right, I am okay. I am mic'd up, and let's hope we're good to go. All right, so I am actually trying new things and not doing all the same things, but look, the stamp and thin cut set is gorgeous. I opted not to do the stamp set, and the reason why is because this is something that Photoplay has that not a lot of companies carry, and they are gorgeous. And for me, the detail elements on these sheets are amazing, and they're only like $1. So what you do is you buy just the die cuts, and both of these are available while supplies last, but you buy the die cuts, and then you use them to cut these out. And then you use these gorgeous embellishments on your cards, on your scrapbooks, on all your paper projects. And I love them. But in addition to that, in the paper, we also have a whole sheet of stickers. But as you can see, these stickers would never last, let alone how many of these. I'm somewhat obsessed. Look, aren't they the cutest? And you'll notice their little robes change. There's like 4 different ones that have like 4 different little robes. They're so cute. Could you imagine coloring these detailed elements? And I just thought, why? They're so perfect and so gorgeous. So I went ahead and I cut a little over a sheet out, and I'm gonna use all of them. I'm gonna use all the ones that I want. I also got the dies paper that go with the epoxy. I cut some of those out, some little sushi ones, this little cute Lucky Cat that says enjoy. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and put this together. I'm working off of a sketch that's featured in the 2025 Scrapping With You sketchbook. It's right here. Details once again on the website. This is on sale all week. I'm working with this sketch, and I'll be showing it in more than one way this week. Okay, let's go ahead while I'll be doing the video. Okay, now, my pictures. Izumi's. I got a story to tell while we go. We recently went on a family vacation to celebrate my husband's retirement. And what he wanted for his retirement was a family vacation. So he treated his family to a cruise. We took my daughter and my son-in-law and my son, and we had a great time. We actually ate at Izumi's But in addition to that, you'll see me do another layout. These three took a sushi making class at Izumi's. This is our dinner. This is the professional sushi. I hope that you will join me back for another video where I'll be featuring some of this paper with their sushi. It's beautiful too, all right? But you can see the presentation is just unbelievable. It's just, I didn't have any words. We were just blown away by everything. It was just so good. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get my photos down. Now, this one photo that I just showed you is a collage that is created on my selfie photo printer. Love my selfie. I'm used to it. I've had it for a long time. And it has just been so kind to me. Standing Christmas and standing Mother's Day is selfie photo paper, and they know it. All right, let's talk about my famous photo. This is famous. If I could, I would show you a picture of my screensaver on my phone. My kids love to hijack my phone and do this picture. Several years ago now, my husband decided for his birthday that he wanted to, oh boy, go to a Brazilian steakhouse. And so my family went to a Brazilian steakhouse for his birthday. For those of you who don't know, a Brazilian steakhouse is where they just keep bringing meat. They don't stop bringing the meat until you turn a card over. So it can be, I don't even have any words. It can be it's a lot of meat, guys. That's why it's a lot of meat. Well, what ended up happening was Lexi and Jacob took the first photo of this there, and this became the view from the meat. So like what the meat sees when it looks up at us when we're looking down ready to eat it. So this was the view from the sushi. So it's a fun family thing that we just really love. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start putting these down. I really love this layout. It's called In Balance because there's borders, equal borders on both pages everywhere. When you set them up, and I really like that. So here we're going to have a 1-inch border all the way around. The seam is going to meet in the middle. I just want to lock this in my grid. Look at the gorgeous paper on the back. Look, if you have a koi pond, you know, that you want to do. And once again, it's just so specific. Sometimes we don't get papers that we need and we have to try to find them. And I really love to have what I want when I want it. Who doesn't? All right, we have these smaller strips, but I am going to use the striped. This one's going to be so great for Chinatown. I am using the stripe to bring in my whole color palette. I'm just going to go 1/4 of an inch up from that piece there so I can, you know, see it on the other end. I have this canvas paper. Love it. I have mini dot in the back. Now even though I did get the, I'm going to put this one 1/2 of an inch up from the stripe, leaving a 1/2 inch of the stripe at the bottom there. I did get the cardstock with this paper. I love it. The green that you see here, this cypress, that was part of it. But I added this blue. I've added the black. I've added a lot of the cardstock that are that I have featured here because I have other plans for that cardstock pack. I was able to use the cypress on this one, but when I'm trying to get the amount of layouts that I am, I know that I'm not going to make it. I'm going to try to show and share. I just want to check my 3x3 here. Does not look like it's 3x3. It's not. This is supposed to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let me double check. Okay, it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let me check my photo now. I may have cut my photo down a little bit too far. Yeah, I need to lose a little bit off of the one side of my photo. Just going to look. I can lose a little bit right down here. This is a picture of my son-in-law. They brought us a lot of food. You get a lot of food. It's a thing. When we were all done eating, my wonderful son-in-law, Jason, who I adore, he decided he wanted yet another sushi roll. So in true Royal Caribbean form, they went in the back and they made him whatever sushi roll he ordered, and he ate a whole nother sushi roll. after all of this food, and I didn't even put all the pictures in there. It was just really a wonderful experience, and the whole vacation was a wonderful experience. This one here I need to cut down to a 3x3. So I'm just going to double check it. With the selfie, something that I get used to, which is what it is they're normally off by 1/8 of an inch, not quite, 1/8 of an inch the one way. I'm kind of used to that at this point, but it can happen. I decided to go ahead and just go for it and cut this down and make this picture of the two of them. That was so cute. They really have such a great sense of humor. My daughter, Lexi, she likes to ham it up, and my family has a wonderful sense of humor, so I'm always so appreciative of that. And I'll take this picture of her and her brother, and then the two guys are here with the Japanese warrior that's there when we go in. And originally I thought I was going to mix both of these together, the sushi experience, and just do one Izumi. But after I got in with all of their pictures and the experience that they had, I realized I wanted to separate. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back to the layout. My photos are 2 4x6 orientations. You could always change them if you wanted to. 2 3x3s would give better spacing on this. So a 3x3 here, a 3x3 here, and then this. You would have more paper to show on the end. But there we go. Then I have 2 3x3s and 2 4x3s. What's really nice about this layout here is the orientation of the pictures. So you have square, and you have portrait, and you have landscape. All right, let's straighten this up. Make sure that our layout is the way we would like it to be. I put a lot of pressure when I am scrapbooking. That pressure means that my paper slide around. All right, I have added this mini dot. I'm going to try to think of the color of this red mini dot that I used. I want to say imperial red, but I don't think it's the imperial red. I think the imperial red might be the glimmer paper that comes in the pack. Let me look. Yeah, the imperial red is the glimmer paper. I'm going to try to think of the name. Chinese lantern. So this is Chinese lantern. Such a perfect color on this red. All right, once again, I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom of this awesome paper. I'm going to show you guys this paper before I cover it up. Some of that canvas textured sky paper coming in now. 1/2 of an inch up from the stripes at the bottom there. Really nice. I love how they kind of fade off. Okay, look at this paper. This paper is so perfect. Maybe you have a favorite sushi place that you go to. True story. We have awesome grocery store sushi close by, and I've always laughed about that. And I'm like, maybe I should scrapbook that sometime. All right, and then look, I even got George with his mouth full. Jake, of course, smiling in the back. George is finishing off a couple rolls. Notice there's no picture of me. I feel like outside of them taking pictures of their food, we were all so hungry. I was the only one who stopped to take pictures. All right, let's go ahead and get these down. I'm going to go and put adhesive on all of my pictures, and then I can kind of put my big gun away for my smaller detail stuff. Just flipping these over. And you can do the stripes at the bottom in any size. I find this is a huge time saver when I'm working with a sketch. And I'm going to do another one with, adding fine details and changing things up. After I lay all of my photos out, I find this to be just a really great time saver so that I can flip them over now. From the bottom, you can choose to center this, but these pictures are going to go all the way to the edge here. So I'm going to put this one all the way to the edge, and I'm going to center this, give or take. I don't want it to go over. And then next to it, I'm going to put this one about 1/4 of an inch away. I really want good spacing on the bottom because I'm going to add lots of little things here on the bottom. Okay, over here, I am not going to be able to equally space this because this is shorter. So this is going to, both of these when they're added together are going to be a little longer, about 1/4 of an inch. This is each way. So if I go 1/4 of an inch to the bottom, 1/4 of the inch to the top, in theory, I should be good. So I'm just a little over 1/4 at the 4 here. So I've gone like 4 1/4, 4 1/8, give or take. And you can just size yours up. And what's really nice about this is the background. You could do again and again and then just change the photos. So once again, I'm going to be just a little bit over at the top. I think I'm a little more over at the top. I'm looking slightly on an angle here under the camera. Okay. 1/4 of an inch in between these two. Just like that. 1/4 of an inch in between these two. And it should all line up. There it is. And you can see that these two over here end at the same thing, giving really nice borders on the outside edges. All right, I went ahead and I made this Izumi title on the Cricut. I just double layered it with these scraps that I had left over on my black and my blue. My matte pieces are New Black and Cypress. That cypress is a really beautiful green. I love it. And I just pulled that out of the papers in the back. One of the things I love about the Photoplay collections is they include so many colors in their paper packs, like in the overall artwork that they do. The color palettes are just huge. I could have pulled 10 different colors out of this. All right, I want to kind of center my Izumi. I'm going to use this here as a border. Sometimes I like to go past it. Sometimes I like to be inside it. But since I'm thinking about putting some fans and stuff up here, we're going to just go ahead, lay it down. I like it. It was on foam tape, of course. It's in. I already love what I'm seeing. Okay. I have a bunch of things. I pulled some bling out of my stash. You can see I'm already prepping for my cherry blossom layout. I have these little guys here. She's so adorable. And I have some epoxy off to the side as well. I want to stick with, I don't want a ton of embellishments, but I would like to use a ton of different embellishments, but I want to use them, plentifully. By the way, if you go to, I've always wanted to go to a Chinese Lantern Festival. I mean, there's another thing. The more I get into this, the more I like it. All right, I want to save all my cherry blossoms. I want to save the bonsai because we're going to Longwood on Saturday and we plan on spending a little time in the new bonsai exhibit that they have there. I think I'm going to use very little off of here. Spicing things up, I know I want to keep for my other takeout time. Feeling lucky is enjoy every moment. I think I'm going to go with enjoy every moment. See if I can incorporate that in. All right. I need very little because I'm using my other embellishments. Make sure I check them all. I wished I had done better in that origami class and took some photos. I could have done that. There's another one, origami. It just goes on and on. It's amazing how many things there are. Okay, I see only 1 or 2 others that I might use, and I already pre-cut lots. So let's go ahead and start to layer these up. I have some fans, and I am thinking of adding a couple fans to the top. I would like like one of the stripes. You get some solid and some stripe ones. I'm thinking one of the stripes with the pink on top of it over here, maybe. And then this means luck in Japanese. So I'm going to bring that over there. I don't know if I want it in blue. I have lots of color choices. So the same things, but in lots of color choices. The time to get away, I'm thinking I really like this time to get away as well because we were away. I'm going to add that. And I really adore these. All right, so I'm going to want to put 2 here, which I think are just so cute. Foam tape, of course. I'm going to want to add an epoxy and a couple of journaling bits. And I'm going to go 2 here, save the blue, the ones that are in the blue kimonos. I really like that is so good. Okay, and then this Enjoy Every Moment is going to find its spot with some foam tape and then some epoxy. I'm grabbing my epoxy. Of course, I put some stuff on top of it. I have some epoxy pieces that I want to add. I think I might even add a couple more of these fans now that I'm looking at them. They're so pretty. These two fans here as well. Oh, I want to swap these off for colors. One on this side. It's great. I want to make sure I can get my Enjoy Every Moment in. Okay. This cute little thing that says luck. I don't know if I'm going to do the Time to Get Away. I'm checking out where I would like to put. I took two epoxies. One says Life is a Journey and one says Enjoy. I'm going to save the Life is a Journey probably for when I go to the pagoda. And I like the little cat that says Enjoy. So I'm thinking of making a cute little, I don't want to lose the detail on the edge. So when I place these adorable, I'm sorry, look, they are so adorable. I can't even stand it. Okay, when I place these adorable little ones, I don't want to lose my the edge. So I need to move those in a little bit because that really helps to frame everything out. So far, so good laying everything out. These two I'm going to put here. We would say lucky and love. My family, we would say blessed. Okay. And I have these little sushi bits. And I'm not going to need much on here other than Izumi's and maybe one little thing of journaling because I'm going to have the page before this for the sushi class, which is going to be where the details are about Izumi's and where it's located, and this will follow it. I have a Time to Get Away that I might add. I grabbed bling from my stash. All right. I think this is good. I think this is where I'm going to land. I'm going to have cute little epoxy. I may only do these two little pieces of sushi here. I think I just like it with the two coming over here. There we go. We'll drop this one right back in my case so that I have, look at all these embellishments that I have in here. And I have so many more with the stickers and everything else. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get all of this down, all of this added with foam tape and everything. And then I'm going to come on back and put the final touches on. So all right. I have foam tape on everything. I even put a couple pieces down. I love foam tape. Sometimes I have to force myself not to use it and just kind of be like, punish myself and say I'm not allowed to use it just to keep it off. But I did add a little piece, and that was after looking at my Enjoy Every Moment that's going to go right here. I thought I would like to have a little piece of white in the back. You can see it there. And then you can see it here, and I just thought that little piece of white in the back kind of helped to elevate it a little. I went ahead and I put these down, and now I'm going to go ahead and do this side. So I just added some foam tape to the back, whatever kind you use. I use giant jumbo rolls of foam tape at this point in my life. Need the jumbo roll. All right, so I'm going to not go beyond the border. I'm going to keep that 1 inch border that goes all the way around intact. Sometimes I like to go over my borders. Often when my pages are going to line up in the center, and it creates what I like to call a frame where the layout is more framed than the borders on individual pages. I find I like to keep that frame intact. All right, making sure I don't cover these little guys over here. I'm going to put this one kind of, and it can go past the stripe, but I have more room on this side too. But I'm going to put this one down a little bit, and then I'm going to put this one up a little bit and hope that I can fit my fan over here. This side may or may not get the little fan. We're going to see how it goes. The placement of these adorable, I can't stand it. They're so cute. These are kind of a little more important for me. And then next is going to be this here. I did put a little fan here, and it's already on foam tape, and I peeled that. Now I'm okay with this kind of being almost underneath of this. Look at them with the samurai. All right, so we'll put this on next. And then I have foam tape on that other piece. I'm going to center it between here and here, but do a really small border over on the side to kind of give me a little bit more room. This does not look straight, but I'm going to pretend that it is and not let it bother me. Real tiny border on that. I cut that at 5/8 wide and then just kind of marked it with my finger, my thumbnail, and then cut it, which is why it's not perfectly straight, but give yourself some grace. Okay, little fan. Here we go. Does fit in there perfectly. I love it. Okay, these guys over here, I have some foam tape. That's the lucky couple right here. Really, if I was going to do the lucky couple, I should probably do Jason and Jacob because they are bros. They really are brothers, and I think it's so fortunate the relationships my family has, but they crack me up. Oh, I glued these down. I'm going to go ahead and do the little enjoy. So cute. I almost kind of wanted to save this for the sushi, but I found another one that I liked right here. That looks so cute and perfect. We'll do now the circles that I have are part of the die papers. You cut them out with the thin cuts and the epoxy shapes, which I love. And they are right here. I keep all mine together so that I have 2 sets of dies. I lied. My dies are right here. I had just cut some stuff out. So the circle dies are one set. You get the ones that make the button and you get all the sizes. This is a different set. And they always come with a set of epoxy, the dies. But then you can also add as much epoxy on as you would like. And I like that as well. As you can tell, I am a fan. So let's go ahead and I want to add the epoxy to the tops. I like to size mine up, and I always try to use the one that I'm trying to finish first. Bend it back and make sure your adhesive is on the epoxy. I don't touch them with my fingers because you can leave fingerprints on them. Yes, I know from experience. Drop it down. And I like to press the entire thing. There you go. I like to press the whole thing. Okay, so this one here is going to be this size right here. Oh, and the buttons are so cute on baby projects. Super cute. Big shout out to one of our group members, Jen Tyler, who shared that. I've used the buttons a couple times since then. I love being in a community where so many people are able to inspire each other, and it's wonderful. Okay, and I need a little one right here. The little ones are my favorite for cards, so I tend to go through more of the smaller ones. So I try to use the other ones. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. Okay, I really am happy, but I want to add one more thing. Now, I did pull off thinking I might use this light blue, but I'm actually going to end up using the little black bursts that I have here. And a regular black dot would work, or one of the black gems or anything like that. But I am trying to destash these, and I think these are going to look really cute. So I'm going to give myself, since I put some circles on here, I'm going to stick with circles. Give myself lots of little black circles where I would like. I'm going to stay down here on this blue and just kind of add to this cute little decorative border that I have going on. I'm going to do a peekaboo behind the enjoy every moment too. Right here, let's see. I'm trying to think if I want to put 2 on here, but I really think I kind of like them where they are. I don't want to add too many because I don't want that. I really think I like just the 2. Okay, and I don't love that it kind of touches the white just a little bit there. That was my hesitation. I think I'm done. Let's go ahead and take a final look. Here we go. All right, I'm going to hold it up first. Can we just talk about the view from the sushi, right? My family so much. There's the Izumi. I made that title. Oh, I forgot to attach my fans. Let's pop those on here real quick. I think they're going to be a really cute addition right over here. Plus, it gives me an extra little pop of the pink that I have in the kimonos as well. Regular adhesive for these. I want them under the foam tape. All right, there we go. Okay. Again, see, they add just a sweet little touch right there. And the finish is a little bit shinier than the paper on the die cuts, so it really does pick it up in the light. There we go. So adorable, am I right? And they're perfect. You don't have to worry about getting them perfectly colored because they are perfect. I really love this. I have a lot of things that I color. I'm working with another stamp and thin cut set right now. And I love to color small things. Super cute. The little Joy is super cute. All the food in that nice collage photo that I have going on there, which I think they, on Selfie, they call it a shuffle. But yeah, and that border down bottom. I don't know what I like better, the pictures or the border on the page, but my favorite is the people in them, right? Okay, I love it. I will put some details in the description of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It sure has been fun crafting with this paper. I cannot wait to do more. It's just happy. I love it. It's called Lucky Cat, and I feel pretty lucky that I got it. If you found this video, if you enjoyed it, if you just maybe like my crazy family, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'll make sure to get back to you. Let me know ideas you have for this collection. I would love to keep that going and just share ideas. As a collective community, I really just like to share, and I'll make sure to comment back. Absolutely. And those things also help me out here in the YouTube community. If you are picking this up from the link on Facebook, thanks for joining us there as well. If not, feel free to go join us. The page is called Creating with You, and we would love to have you. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for another day of crafting, as it is such a blessing to my life. And so are you. All right, bye-bye.